Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be taking a look at quite a few battles here. This is going to be the longest Pokemon Go video that I have ever made. So sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and get into this. So basically, I'm going to give you the rundown here. If you don't want to stick around for the whole thing, you want to just see the highlights. Well, as soon as I made this good old Cloyster here, it's not going to have the best IVs. I did hatch this shiny a while ago. I find a ton of shiny Shelders, so I just decided to go with this. Yes, I know the IVs are horrible, but I was like, you know what? I'm sitting all this Stardust from all these incense. I might as well just invest in this thing. I don't see myself going out and lucky trading anybody right now, so let's just make it and get it over with. So I did go in there initially with Icy Wind and Avalanche on the Cloyster, and then I did change it up to Hydro Pump to have a bit more coverage in case I needed it. So we are just testing out the Toxicroak with the combination of Cloyster at the moment. I am going to be switching it to Poliwrath after this, and this is going to be the only battle with Toxicroak. And as you've seen, the IVs and all of the moves on the Pokemon there. So yeah, we're going to look at the streak. I did have a 9 streak with the shiny Cloyster here. It was absolutely amazing. And then we did take a few losses as well. My weakness, I'd say, is going to be a confusion user. And we're going to be running into a Armor Mewtwo, so you can see exactly how I play around that, if I'm able to win or if I'm going to lose, right? And then after we do take a look at all these Cloyster battles, then we're going to look at just my initial battles when the Ultra League did open up and just see what I was using, just messing around, testing some things up, warming up. And we're also going to be able to do 6 sets currently. Hopefully they're going to continue on with this and not just make it a one-time thing. Anyways, so we do take that win there, and now let's go ahead and focus on these battles here. We do have the team that you do see, Cloyster, Poliwrath, and Venusaur. So we're met with a Articuno here. We know from the preseason that this thing is going to be pretty nasty with the Icy Wind as well as the Ancient Power. So we do need to look out for that Ancient Power. It is going to be doing super effective damage to our Cloyster here. So we're just going to continue on. We are going to be going for the Icy Wind. There is a point in which I do go for the Avalanche. And like I said, we're going to be switching up that Avalanche for Hydro Pump, just in case we ran into, say, a Registeel or something like that. I will be able to hit it pretty hard there. So we are going for that Avalanche, doing big damage there, even with our attack dropped at this point. And now we're going to go ahead and shield this up. Good thing we did, because that would have taken us out. And we're just going to be going for another Icy Wind here. Cloyster, guys, is pretty amazing. The Clam Slam, let's go. Not the best IVs. You're going to be wanting to go with a better set, of course, but this is what I had at the moment, and it's going to be doing fine. So we're able to take them out with energy. We both did use our shields, so this is a shieldless battle. Ever since the update, you're not really able to see the Pokemon if you hit your charge right away, which is kind of annoying. So they're going to be making a switch into Registeel. They absorbed one of those with their Swampert, and now we're going to lower that attack and go ahead and go in here with the Poliwrath. And now we have super effective damage with our Dynamic Punch and our Mud Shots here, while the Flash Cannon is not going to be doing very much damage, and that Focus Blast has been reduced because of the Icy Wind. So we're in a pretty good position here. Kind of going for this and not farming too much. Didn't really want to get hit by another Focus Blast there. They do bring in their Swampert here, and of course the attack has been neutralized. So we do need to look out for Earthquake or Sludge Wave. At this point, both of those are going to be able to easily KO the Poliwrath. They're going to be going for the Earthquake. We do have a Venusaur in the back with full health that hasn't been touched, so this is pretty much our game here. So Venusaur is quite amazing, folks. And this combination, like I said, is going to be weak to Psychic. So specifically Confusion users, and speak of the Devil there, or Angel, I suppose, you have Cresselia. Now, this is a predicament. I'm thinking to myself, I need to get this out of here. Poliwrath doesn't really want to see Cresselia. As far as Venusaur, I mean, the Frenzy Plant is going to be very spammy. Although the Cresselia does have an Ice move, Aurora Beam, so we do need to kind of get this out of here and make sure we win this matchup. So let's see how this plays out. So we did decide to shield that first one. Moonblast not doing very much damage after the attack has been reduced there. So we're looking great at this point. And now we can just farm down. We're pretty much safe, and we can let this go through. That was pretty quick, so there you go. Aurora Beam not doing much damage. So we kind of neutralized the threat there. So in comes Registeel, and at this point I do not want to lose switch advantage. So I'm just going to continue on here and let them take us out. So we can just lower the attack, which is fine. Let's see how much this does here. Flash Cannon takes us out, of course. And then they're going to be switching into Meganium. We're going to go into our Venusaur here. Once we did bring in our Poliwrath, they saw that, and then they retreated into this. Poliwrath doesn't really want to see Meganium. We do have Ice Punch, which is going to be able to do okay damage, but the Frenzy Plant's too spammy, as well as the super effective Quick Move here. I decided to not go for the bait and just go for the Sludge Bombs and just get it out of here, or do as much damage as I can with the Venusaur. At this point, we're going to let this go through. They did expend their energy. We're going to farm just a little bit and then go for the Ice Punch here. And they made a switch, and that's what I was talking about, how you can't see all this stuff. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Same with searching for Pokemon. You can't see exactly where the cursor is or where you're typing. It's just there, and you can't go back. So you messed up something. You didn't put a specific asterisk sign or something. You're going to have to just retype the whole thing. Anyways, we're able to take that win. Almost. What's going to happen here? We have enough for the Ice Punch. We're going to go for that. So found it a little bit difficult in some situations. How it zooms in, it doesn't show exactly what's going on the other end there. But hey, tell me how you've been experiencing this. So as you can see there, like I said, we did go on a 9 winning streak with this. So my new record, I suppose. Just testing some more stuff out here. We know that Poliwrath is solid, and same with Venusaur. Cloyster is actually very solid as well. I just wanted to test this kind of team composition out to see how it did work. So we're met with another Articuno here. And we're just going to go and do the same old thing. Actually, I let this one go through because this was a test. I wanted to see how well it can take it, so it looks pretty good. Seeing that the Quick Move's not going to be doing that much damage, we have a bit of wiggle room to let the Charge Moves go through, seeing that they're not going to necessarily feint us down with their Quick Ice Move here. Now that we're like super resisting it. So they're going to be bringing in their Registeel. I decided to get this off to lower the attack since they're locked in here, and go ahead and go in here with the Poliwrath so I can absorb the Focus Blast better, or whatever they do decide to throw at me. It's going to be a Flash Cannon. So we're Water type, and that's actually going to not be very effective to us. So that's great that they actually went for that there. And we're going to be hitting a great Dynamic Punch. not an excellent, but great. So there's the Focus Blast doing okay damage. I decide to farm down quite a bit here and go for the Ice Punch. Doesn't quite take it out, and I was like, come on, please. I don't want to use a shield. So they're bringing in Articuno. I was able to see it because I didn't immediately tap on my charge move. So they do switch, and I don't know what it is. Assuming it's a Giratina, and that's what it is, a Giratina. All right, so what we're going to do is go in here with Cloyster and absorb whatever charge moves they do throw at us. That's nice. Venusaur, yes, we know that it's not going to be doing very effective damage. And Giratina is an absolute beast, but with shields, Frenzy Plant is so nasty. Let's just see what happens here. So chipping away, look at that. It's a lot of damage. Venusaur is just so good. All right, so we're letting that go through because we know the Articuno wanted to get in here and hit us with that Icy Wind or Ancient Power, and there it was. So good thing we saved our shield here. Potentially trying to get the boost, and then they're bringing in their Giratina. We have enough energy to get off another Frenzy Plant. Oh, my good old trusty Venusaur. In Great, Ultra, or Master, it's always reliable. Maybe not so much Master, but yeah. But anyways, moving on to the next battle here. So they decide to switch, and well then, we're just going to go with our Venusaur and let this go through. Earthquake is going to hurt, but our Quick Move's doing so much damage, we're going to be able to farm just a little bit. And if they want to use a shield at this point, then sure, then hey, that's cool. They know I'm going to be using one too, so it's a shield for shield situation. They know I want to come out on top here. I'm going to be able to win this with Quick Moves and have energy for the next Pokemon. See what that's going to be here. Don't know. See what I'm telling you? I couldn't even see it, so I just went for Sludge Bomb, and good thing I did, right? So that's nice. We're going to go ahead and go in here with Cloyster that has a ton of health and just farm down. Now we have an Icy Wind ready to go, and what do we have in the back? Oh wow, it's a Giratina. Yeah, let's get it. And I'm going to continue on not using Registeel. It is going to be really good in the Ultra League, and I think I'm going to stay away from Giratina as well. But if you decide to use those, hey, that's perfectly fine. You do you, all right? I'm just going to test out these other Pokemon here. So this is going to be great for us, right? And we're going to go ahead and get off that Icy Wind, and this should be enough to take them out, and we take the game with Cloyster. Let's go. This team was doing a lot of work for me. But like I said, we're also going to be taking losses here. So we're met with a Clefable. Alright, so we already know Charm's going to be doing a ton of damage. So we need to reduce that damage. So we're just going to go for that Icy Wind. We're going to stay in this fight here. Able to get to another one. I don't know. I thought Clefable was able to get to charge moves a little quicker. So we're going to go ahead and shield up whatever they're going to throw at us here because we do want to win this matchup. But they decide to switch right after they use their charge move into a Lapras. Now, I would have been safe with either Poliwrath or Venusaur. I mean, I think Poliwrath is going to be a lot safer because, well, they're going to hit me with either water or ice potentially. If they had a Legacy Dragon Pulse, then wow, but not likely. So I just decided to go with this because I needed that ice power still. I didn't want to get stuck up against a Giratina or something in the back, and I didn't have any sort of ice power. So we do what we can do. We burn those shields, and now we can go in here with the Poliwrath, receiving some lag. Wow. Has it changed? Is it any better? Well, honestly, there was a few laggy battles. I can't give you a definite answer yet. I have to play tomorrow and the next day and tell you, sure, yeah, it's gotten a little bit better. But as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't seem like a super fix or anything. So we swap this in to absorb this. Sacrificial swap. And we're going to go back in here with Poliwrath, expecting a potential shield bait. But I guess not. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's just watch the battle. So I shield that up. That's a good call, though. And then they go with Clefable, and down it goes. I had no health left. So into the next battle here, we're met with a Giratina. Magnificent. Fantastic. Yes, please. So they're going to be making a switch into Clefable, and we're going to go into our Venusaur here. Perfect. We don't need to go for Sludge Bomb because Frenzy Plant's going to do quite a bit anyways, and it's better to, if they like potentially shield it up. We're going to have energy here. If they go for Psychic, we're kind of, going to be in trouble, so I kind of shielded that up, thinking to myself, all right, I have plenty of energy to chip at anything that they do bring in, and having the lead advantage regarding the switch here is going to be key. So we'll sacrifice the shield and just continue on and do almost half health to the Registeel. So, I mean, let's see if we're able to get off another Frenzy Plant. We are. So that's a third one, I think, at this point. So, yeah, that was a good usage of the shield, I say. All right, so we're able to bring it down. They have a little energy there. We're going to go ahead and go in with Poliwrath. I wanted to kind of feint down. They made a switch. Oh, what is it? Oh, it's Giratina. There. That's right. That's what they had in the beginning. So we're switching into Cloyster here, and I'm going to go Icy Wind. And they used their first shield there. I let this go through. I'm a little brave, but I do have the Poliwrath in the back, so I was like, we're fine. We're going to lower this attack, so when we do bring our Poliwrath in, they're going to either have to switch or barely do any damage to us, right? So we are going to shield this up, though. And that is going to be our last shield, so no shields on either end. Unfortunately, we're not able to get to another charge move. But that's okay. They expended their energy there. We're going to go in with Poliwrath and farm a little bit and hit the Ice Punch. And then they did make that switch into Registeel. And they're going to be able to hit us with Focus Blast. So that does a lot of damage. But we're able to farm it down. So we have an Ice Punch ready to go. And this is going to be enough, I do believe, to take out this Giratina. And it is enough. All right. So this team did do quite well for me. So we're going to continue on here and just keep using it because, hey, it's working. So we're met with a Swampert here, and we're just going to stay in this fight. And do I shield this up? I let this go through. That was way too soon. That was way too soon. Definitely a Hydro Cannon. So we're just going to lower the attack at this point. So we've already got it past half, and we're already at another Icy Wind. I do decide to shield this up, and it is an Earthquake, so yeah, potentially could have KO'd us. I'm not too sure with the attack debuff. And they decide to let it go, and in comes a Registeel. This is perfectly fine. We're going to go ahead and lower the attack and let it take us out here. We're going to see how much of a beast Cloyster is. I think it takes this hit. I don't know if they hit all of the things. Maybe they're trying to potentially farm us for the rest. But we do make a switch here. And they're making a switch, and we went for Frenzy Plant, but we don't know exactly what it is. And it's going to be a Giratina. All right, so we know this one here. We're just going to not shield anything up and do as much damage with Frenzy Plant as possible. And then we'll be able to go in here and potentially farm it down with one of our, well, with Cloyster at this point. Alright, so Venusaur putting in work like always, and they're hitting us with Dragon Claw here. We have another Frenzy Plant. This is going to bring it dangerously low. And there it is. We're going to go ahead and switch into Cloyster, and it has such little health I didn't realize. So I guess that Cloyster plan's out the window. We're going back in here with Venusaur. I guess this is okay. We're going to have them expend their energy. We're going to go in here with a fully healed up Poliwrath, and we have 1 shield. Unfortunately, though, they do have 2 shields at this point. So, this is going to be something else, right? So let's see how this all works out. Still letting all these go through, farming as much as we can. They do bring in the Registeel. Now here is where I think a little mistake. I should have went for the bait, but I was like, you know what? Maybe they're thinking I am going to go for the bait and not shield it up. So I just went for 2 dynamic punches here. Wasted all that energy. There go their 2 shields, and yep. I think that's the end of our streak, boys. It was a good run, and it was fun. And the Cloyster is well worth powering up, so time up, as a matter of fact. So obviously they'll win, they have more HP on their Pokemon. And here is that Mewtwo that I was talking about. We need to get this out of here, because Poliwrath and Venusaur do not want to see that. If I lower the attack, potentially Venusaur can go in and, you know, hit it with Frenzy Plant and take it out. But otherwise, no, sirree, we need it out of here. And we need it out of here now. Alright, so hopefully we can get a shield out of this. Even if they don't use a shield, it's fine. They do decide to use a shield. Getting ready for a potential switch, but they're continuing on here. So usually the Armor Mewtwo's are going to be running with Dynamic Punch and Rock Slide. Or Side Strike now, because, well, it can have Side Strike, and that's actually going to be, I think, better. You want Side Strike and Dynamic Punch. So they're bringing the Giratina. We're able to take the Mewtwo out. We're good. And funny enough, they go in with the Giratina. I was thinking, okay, do they have something in the back that's weak to ice? And that's going to be Togekiss, so yes. And that's perfectly good for us because, well, we have Venusaur. We need to not farm that much because it's going to hit us with Flamethrower. So we get to a Frenzy Plant, but we got a little greedy, and they're going to hit us with Flamethrower. We're going to go in here with Poliwrath, and we're going to get even more greedier. Just real banker-style greedy. Elite banker. And we just farmed it down, and guess what? It was like, okay, sure, yeah, farm away. And then the charms did so much damage, we were so low. Unfortunately, we can't take the hits from Giratina, and we go down. If we potentially got off the Ice Punch, taking it out sooner, we may have been able to take out that Giratina. So we're met with another Mewtwo. Now here is that algorithm stuff. Real weird. See, I was thinking I'm only weak to really, well, not only, but especially weak to Confusion users. After that streak, it started giving me Armor Mewtwo with Confusion leads. I don't know. Just pretty funny. Anyways, so we have this whole situation again. We don't want it to, you know, take us out. We let that go through, which was surprising. They have a Cobalion. I was like, okay, very nice. I want to see how this does perform. So it looks like they have Metal Claw on this one, right? And of course, you know, Dynamic Punch is going to be doing a ton. I should have went for the bait here. I realized I was like, what did I do that for? So we're going to let this go through. Sacred Sword, not doing very much, but it's going to chip away here. So we're going to go for another Dynamic Punch. And of course they shielded. I mean, you never know. You never know. They could have not shielded it up. So we go for an Ice Punch. We saw that switch. We don't know what it was, but we just went for it because they're not going to switch into something super effective, maybe unless it's that Mewtwo. Anyways, so we bring in our Venusaur here, and we're going to be able to get that through. There's no more shields on their end. They do bring in Mewtwo. This is what I was talking about, how if we had energy on our Mewtwo and we could Frenzy Plant it out like that. So perfect. Perfect. In comes the Cobalion, and shielding that up. Okay, going to go for a Frenzy Plant. Don't remember this one. Doing okay damage. Bringing in Cloyster to potentially take a charge move, but it just goes down. Bring in Poliwrath is like, all right, Poliwrath, meat shield, sacrificial swap. Sorry, buddy. And we're going to get to another Frenzy Plant here, and we're going to be able to take it out. That was a close one there. All right, so moving it into the next one with the Cloyster team. That streak has been over, obviously, but we're going to continue on here. And at about around the 30-minute mark, we're going to be going into my first battles and just, you know, having a bit of fun with random Pokemon. Not too random, but not a set team, just testing things out and getting warmed up. Anyways, we have the Giratina versus the Venusaur situation here, so we know the drill. Basically just, you know, Frenzy Plant it down as much as we possibly can here and let these attacks go through. And are we going to be able to get to another one? Yes, that's perfect. Are they going to shield? No, that Giratina, I mean, Venusaur, look. I mean, I didn't use a shield there. So, Venusaur, let's go. So we're going to be bringing in our Poliwrath to potentially take a Ancient Power. Very good. And no buff. Getting a little greedy on the farm and the shields. A little greedy on both of those there. And that was an extremely aggressive farm down with a Mudshot up against a Giratina. I mean, so they're bringing in a Swampert here. So, I mean, this isn't horrible. We're going to switch in to catch this because we were low enough for them to do this. And very good. But they're swapping into Registeel and they have energy. And why am I not using my shields? I guess this is not a favorable matchup for me. Do I put... Oh man, I'm trying to go for Hydro Pump. It's so obvious. When you go for Hydro Pump or Icy Wind, it's like, you know, wait until the shields are down and then go for Hydro Pump, I guess. Or you could take them by surprise at one point if you had a bunch of energy saved up, you bring it in and they don't remember. But we go down, we still have a shield, they have no more shields left. So, do I let this go through? It was too soon, so I knew it was a Flash Cannon. They're bringing in their Swampert here. We're going to go Dynamic Punch. This is, oh man, a great, ouch. We're going to have to shield this up, obviously. And going for Ice Punch. Oh no, not good. That's not going to do enough. Oh my gosh. Oh, I was trying to swap to catch it. But it's too little too late, folks. And the clock. Look at these battles just lasting forever. Alright, so moving on to the next opponent. Good game there. Good, all these are good games. So we have another Mewtwo. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? This is weird. Anyways, we have our Mewtwo with Confusion that we need to take out, right? So, yeah. We know we can take the Dynamic Punch fairly well now. But we do want to shield this up, seeing that this is the front line for us to take the Mewtwo out before the other ones have to see this super effective type up against them, right? So, gonna let this go through. They're pretty low. Oh wow, we were able to get to another Icy Wind. If they shield this up, they will be able to take this here, but they decided to let it go through and save that shield. We are down a shield. They're bringing in Alolan Sandslash. That is Best Buddy. I like that badge on it. Very nice. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Poliwrath. That was way too soon for any sort of bulldoze. They're staying in this fight. We have a bunch of energy. We're going to go ahead and go for Ice Punch. And then we're going to switch into Venusaur, because we know what Venusaur can do up against the Giratina. It's no pushover. It's not a hard counter by any means. And it's not very effective. But we all seen it. It can still chip away. And we're going to save that Poliwrath for the Alolan Sandslash, because Venusaur doesn't want to see any of that Sandslash. I mean, Steel and Ice type, say goodnight and sleep tight, pretty much. So we are, oh man, we had it. What? We didn't get it off. Why? What? Okay. Well, that's a waste of energy there. So we go into the Poliwrath. We get a shield there. This is a bit tricky because this Giratina is just so tanky. They switch into their Sandslash. I was thinking a little confused because they have no more shields. All right, so they're going back in with energy. And there was really nothing they can do. I think we just had them against the corner there. So we're going to be able to take them out with the Ice Punch. And good game. Nice Alolan Best Buddy Sandslash there. Let's see what we have for the next one. Starting off with the Cloyster every time for these sets, right? Now we have a Charizard with a flying move. So very interesting. They're going to be bringing in Gyarados. So the Charizard with a quick flying move. Pretty good for Poliwrath or fighting types, right? So we're going to be making a swap into Venusaur to absorb this. Not very much. Not very much at all. Dragon Breath's chipping away. That was a little soon, and I decided to use a shield. And at this point, since I used the shield, I have to farm down. Alright, so we have a lot of energy. We're going for Frenzy Plant. Doesn't matter what it is. It's a Giratina, okay. Big surprise! So Frenzy Plant, just going to chip away as much. And after they take us out, we're going to go in there with the Cloyster, I do believe. And they decide to shield that other Frenzy Plant, so we're going to go in here and immediately hit them with the Icy Wind that's ready to go. And they use their last shield there. And I think I let this go through to Dragon Claw. Not very much damage. They're switching into Charizard. And they have a charge move ready to go. So we have a Poliwrath, which can sort of handle it. So you're going to see how this quick flying move is going to actually be able to greatly help it in this situation, as opposed to having a fire quick move that's not very effective. So Ice Punch is going to be neutral because it's going to be part flying and fire. So not completely super effective. And we're going to be resisting fire moves. Blast Burn's going to still hurt, but they're better off just going Dragon Claw at this point. So we're getting dangerously low. We're able to take it out. In comes their last Pokemon, and we have an Ice Punch ready to go because we did farm. We're switching into Venusaur to catch this again, but we fail. It's like, it's not necessarily that we fail, it's because they have such low health. So it's just like down. But I guess I could time it a little bit better, so good game there. Moving on to the next one, we have a Giratina lead. Great, we love this with our Cloyster. And we're just going to continue on here. Bring that attack. And they're staying in the fight. A little interesting here. Expecting a Ancient Power, but they hit me with a Dragon Claw. Very nice there. And we're going to go ahead and go, of course, for the Icy Wind. They let it go through. So at this point, even Ancient Power is not going to be able to... I mean, there you go. Not very much. We're going to be able to farm down. Getting ready to hit that Icy Wind. What is it going to be? A Swampert? Great. We're going to go ahead and lower that attack. And then just enter in with our Venusaur and then get ready for a potential switch. So they have a decent amount of energy, though. So we do need to look out for that. They're bringing in Togekiss. Ooh. Was that a good idea for me to switch systematically like that? We have full health, so we're going to be able to get to 2 Ice Punches, but the Venusaur would have still been so good to go up against it, and Poliwrath can handle Swampert, so yeah, should have stayed with Venusaur. So we're going to be letting this go through, and they get the boost. Wow. But they're at half health, and we have energy. Okay, so thank goodness we're able to take this thing out. Otherwise, that would have been a big problem there. And we're going to go ahead and shield this up. Potentially a bait right there, of course, but we can take an Earthquake. We can take a Sludge Wave, so... we can let that shield go first of all. And there you go. It was a bait, and then they hit us, but we take the win there. Moving into the next battle, we're met with a Poliwrath. This, I wouldn't say is my biggest fear, but I did not want to see a Poliwrath lead because then I'm going to be forced to basically go with Poliwrath, because I could go with Venusaur, but they're going to be switching hard counter. So technically, maybe I should have went with Venusaur, but you're going to see exactly how that just runs all over me because I didn't bait. I didn't shield correctly, and it was just a mess at this point. So the Poliwrath is really good, guys. If you did not know from the preseason and my other videos, Poliwrath is quite amazing. Obviously, Venusaur and Cloyster has found some very good usability for me already in the first day of the Ultra League Go Battle League Season 1. That is a mouthful. So they're bringing in Scizor. All right, that does have Bullet Punch. What charge move? Iron Head. Could have took that. Actually, could have took that decently too with the lowered attack as well. They're hitting us with Night Slash. Trying to raise that attack on them. Bullet Punch is going to be really good to go up against Togekiss, so potential there if you wanted to test it out. It's a really good Pokemon for sure. We make an immediate switch right as they do. And, ooh, this is going to be an Ice Punch because, well, I mean, it doesn't take much energy, obviously. They're not going to go with a Dynamic Punch onto a Venusaur. We take them out, farmed them good there. They do bring in the Scizor. We're going for the Frenzy Plant immediately. We don't want it to do damage to us. They're bringing in a Muck. We have no shields. How are we going to do this? We have a bunch of energy. That's how we're going to potentially do this. But a Muck is something you don't want to see with a Venusaur. We're going to catch this, and this is the only way we would have won. That was it. If we didn't do that there, it was a game over. So it's still going to be very close. Let's see. So we're able to take all that damage with the Cloyster. I had like 2 HP. Go back in here with the Venusaur. Let's see what they're going with. It's going to be a Dark Pulse there. And we're able to get to another Frenzy Plant. And even though it's resisted, how much is it going to do? Of course it is, because it was just a sliver. but looks great. This is going to be the last battle with the Cloyster. And let's see what we have going on here. This trainer played very well. Just going to say that right off the bat. All right, so we're going to be going with the Icy Wind just to lower that attack as soon as possible. So that was right when we got to ours. So expecting, yeah, it's an Ancient Power, so it doesn't really matter. If we get to an Icy Wind, they get to an Ancient Power just as quick. And it's another one there doing super effective damage, even though we reduced the attack. Articuno is amazing. I personally wanted to make one, but I'm going to wait and just go with Cloyster for now. So they're bringing in Swampert, trying to get to an Icy Wind. Great. And we know this situation. What we're going to do is go ahead and go in with the Venusaur and get ready for a switch here. And it's going to be to Giratina, so kind of made a slow switch. A little slow there. Could have done it a bit faster. So we're going to be going for that Ice Punch. We're in a decent position. Giratina is still no pushover. We have 2 shields, though. They have 1 shield. But they had a bunch of energy. So now we have one ourselves. So this is getting a little close, a little tight. They have that Swampert in the back. So what does that mean? Venusaur is going to be able to handle it. Well, we'll see how that works out here. And going to go for another Ice Punch, of course. Getting ready for a switch there. And I had my mind in the right place. It's like they make that switch, but it was so immediate, I had no time to do anything. I feel like that's a part of the new update, because usually I had a little bit of a reaction time after those charge moves. So they hit us with an Earthquake. Real nice. We farmed down, get greedy. We shouldn't have farmed. We should have hit that Swampert when we could with the charge move. And because we didn't, guess what? Our greed let us lose. All right. Alright, so now what we're going to be taking a look at are my first battles once the Ultra League did open up. Because there was maintenance at first, and then, well, it's available, and, well, here we go. We decided to go with Poliwrath and Typhlosion here. So we didn't have a great lead, so we switched into our Typhlosion, which did wonders for me in the preseason. I just probably need to do a little bit more testing again, and just getting comfortable with it to see what we can do. That Charm, absolutely devastating. We were at a Blast Burn, unfortunately not able to get there. We're going to go ahead and go back in here with the Poliwrath and just hit it up with the Ice Punch just to, get it out of here. We don't want to do what we did in that last clip there where I just farmed a bunch and then, the Charm just melts you away. So they are shieldless at this point. So we're going to go ahead and go with that Dynamic Punch onto that Snorlax. It's going to be doing super effective damage. I decide to, what? Shield? Yeah, we're in a good position. We don't want to lose this here. Gonna go for Ice Punch. Yeah, I don't know. Should have probably went with the Dynamic Punch there. As you can see, I was trying to switch. Now you get the switch. There we go. What is their last Pokemon going to be? It's a Venusaur. So since we do have the energy advantage, and there's no more shields on their end, it's pretty much our game. But you never know what could happen. There's this secret mystery to the Go Battle League, and it's called lag. And I'm not saying the trainer is going to do anything, but you never know. If it lagged and we lose. So we take the win there with the Venusaur. So for our next battle, we're going to be using Poliwrath, Venusaur, and Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck was really good for me. It's always going to be a good pick because of the Giratinas, right? Just needs to look out for those fighter types. So make sure you have some sort of hard-hitting poison move, as you'll see here shortly. So we're going to let this go through. It's pretty quick. So that is going to be a Hydro Cannon. We're going to go ahead and go for that Ice Punch, expecting a potential shield, but they let it go through. Still doing it okay damage. And thinking this is going to be another Hydro Cannon, it is, but I decided to shield it up anyways. And we're just going to be going for another Ice Punch, hoping they shield up, but they don't. So we don't want to be at too much of a disadvantage regarding the lead and the shield situation. They decide to finally use a shield there. Now this is going to be another potential Hydro Cannon, and there you go, it is. They were either trying to get our shields this whole time, or they just really wanted to just Hydro Cannon us down. So we're able to take that win there. They do bring in an Alolan Muck, and this is great. We're going to go ahead and go with Dynamic Punch. Let's see if we can get their second shield, and if they don't, well, that's going to be doing a lot of damage. They are expending their energy here. They can't necessarily farm us down because their quick move is not very effective, and I'm going to be able to get to another dynamic punch. So we're going to go ahead and go in with our Muck as well. And they're hitting us with Dark Pulse. Getting ready for a switch, and there I go to absorb this. And that's another glitch. It just kind of shows your Pokemon doing a lot of damage there. We're going to be bringing it pretty low. Let's see if they decide to shield this up. And they do. That's their final shield there. And we're fine. We're just hoping that there's a Giratina in the back. That there's a Togekiss in the back. And it's a Togekiss. We have energy and Gunk Shot. You know what this means? Time to nuke. Let's go. This is obviously going to one-shot here. Oh, that's so satisfying. We have enough energy to get to a Dark Pulse on a shieldless Muck with very low health, and that is enough to take him out when we do have a shield left too, so that was a good one. So going into the next match, I'm not 100% sure what this team is. We'll see when I decide to potentially switch here. And a same team, okay. So we're going to go ahead and go with... Ooh, probably should have went with Venusaur, honestly. I don't think I should have switched into that quite yet. Venusaur up against the Clefable would have been good. And then we could have potentially saved our Muck for a Giratina. So, that charm still hurts being part Dark type. So next time I'll learn my lesson this time, and I'll potentially switch into my Venusaur, I think. So we're able to get that through. I mean, that's good. I mean, that's actually kind of makes it worthwhile. So, cool. So they're going back in with Charizard here. Can we get to a Dark Pulse? No, we don't want to use a shield. It would have done a lot of damage, but it's not worthy of a shield at this point, honestly. We're just going to go back in with Poliwrath. Venusaur in the back. So now we're stuck in this situation where if they have a Giratina, I'm forced to use my Poliwrath up against the Charizard because I'm not going to go in there with my Venusaur, right? Maybe if I had energy, Sludge Bomb, and there was no shields left, you know, hit him up with like that. But otherwise, it's not good. I'm a little nervous here, just hoping that there's like a Swampert or something in the back. Let's see what happens here, though. So they hit us with a Blast Burn. As you can see, it does more than Dragon Claw, but still not that much. And it's a Giratina. What did I tell you? Should have went in there with the Venusaur up against the Togekiss, right? That would have been perfect. Now we're stuck up against a Giratina with a shield. And not very effective move. So, let's just cross our fingers it does not get the boost, because we potentially... Actually, no. So it's a little bit of wishful thinking saying we could potentially win this. So they let that go through, doing a good amount of damage, assuming they're going to not let that happen again. Well, at least with their next shield, they're going to shield it up, right? So it looks like we have enough health to potentially get to another Frenzy Plant and take this win here. It's getting pretty low. I think, I don't know. So Dragon Claw, okay. Come on. Can we? Oh my gosh, Venusaur. Oh wow, that was so close. I don't even remember this. Ah man, and we're too low. Oh yeah, totally should have went in there with the Venusaur. That really messed us up, as well as getting to that Frenzy Plant and not getting it off. You can't win them all. Anyways, and you live and you learn. You make those mistakes and you learn from them, right? So next time we have a switch like that, we need to go Venusaur. So we're met with a Giratina. This isn't horrible or anything, but it's not like the best. You can pull out decently, depending on how much shields they decide to use, but they're also going to chip away. Dragon Breath, Shadow Claw, I mean, they're both going to hurt you. I decided to just go ahead and make a nervous switch, gain a little bit of energy, so whatever they do bring in, at least I'll be able to hit it with Gunk Shot. But I do decide to just go with the Dark Pulse here, because it is going to be a Typhlosion. We don't need to expend all that energy, and we'll be able to get to another one. So they're going to have to be forced to use a shield here. Okay, or let it go down. So they want to get off a Blast Burn, obviously, right? So there it goes, and we still have one shield. And Alolan Alolan Muck, I was going to call him Marowak, can really spam the charge moves. All right, it's so good. So they're bringing in a Suicune. Oh, very interesting. Expecting a bubble. That was really fast. So our attack has been dropped. We're going to go Gunk Shot. They're probably thinking they could take this, which they can, but still doing a lot of damage there. Gonna not shield this up, expecting a potential another bubble beam, and that's what it is. We're gonna be going for, are we going for Gunk Shot again? Wow, brave. Should have just went for Dark Pulse, to be honest with you. Yeah, they're shielding that up, but it doesn't really matter because we're going down here anyways. And of course, we're going to Venusaur. So Suicune can have Ice Beam, and it's gonna hurt Venusaur. So as you can see, they're switching into Giratina. We're just gonna go Frenzy Plant and take that out. In comes the Suicune, and we're going to be able to get to another Frenzy Plant. And we don't really even need to tap that, just a couple there, and we take them out. Very good. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Share it with your friends. Let me know in the comments down below how you like these lengthy videos. All right, so we're met with a Charizard here, and I do believe this one has a Flying Quick move. Yeah, it sure does, and it hurts quite a bit compared to the Fire Spin. So I bet you he's happy because this is a situation that they do prepare that Flying Quick move for the situation here. So look at that difference here compared to a Fire Spin one. We would have totally been able to have a winning situation here. I did decide to let a couple go through, but that's fine. It's whatever. I wanted to go in here with the Muck and farm down. And we are able to do that. So we have a ton of energy, but no shields left. They're going to be going in here with Swampert. Now, if I make a switch, they're going to switch, right? I'm going to go in here, do as much damage as possible. And since we're shieldless, they're going to probably go for an Earthquake. And yeah, that's exactly what it is. They have a Togekiss in the back, so I'm going to be going for Frenzy Plant. We need to bait that shield out if we're going to potentially try to win this. Oh, wow. We're not able to get to a Sludge Bomb. But, oh, wow. We're not able to get to a Gunk Shot. All right. So, actually, yes, we are. And this is going to KO, but it doesn't matter. They have a Swampert in the back, and they're going to be able to take us out. Good game. On to the next one here. So, we have a few more battles left, folks. Oh, this is an interesting one. So, decided to get a little wacky with it and go with an all-poison team. And pretty much for the situation currently going around the world. Just thought I'd throw this in here, like poison team. All right, might as well. So let's go ahead and test this out. Think I make a mistake here? I don't know. So we hit it with Acid Spray. They use a shield. Good. We're going to be using a shield. Bad. We would have been able to tank that really easy. So they are baiting us there. Now they go for the Earthquake. Real nice. Wasted all that energy. We're going to go ahead and go in here with the Venusaur. They're bringing in their Muck. Trying to switch. Not letting me. Trying to switch. Not letting me. That was bad because now they have a ton of energy. I guess our Venusaur does too, but not the play that I wanted to go with. So we're going to let this go through and hit him with Gunk Shot. They're hitting us with not very effective Dark Pulse, but it is adding up quickly. This is going to do a lot. Hey, let's go. And we have enough energy to get to a Dark Pulse. Hey, let's go. All right. Sorry, just getting... this video is getting very lengthy here. All right, so wow, that was a poof. That switch there was like on point. So we take that out. We absorb that Hydro Cannon. We have enough energy here to go for a couple Frenzy Plants. All right. What's in the back? It's Giratina. So let's see how this all works out. We do have a shield left. They have no shield, so we're able to spam this pretty nicely. And letting this go through. What's gonna happen? What happened here? Oh, that's what happened. Man, I could have won that. I thought my Muck had more health. Oh, that's so bad. See, you got to remember these things. Gotta pay attention. I was, doing things and not 100% focused into the game. So, alright, we're up against a Gyarados now because of those switches here. This is a situation that I don't mind being in. It is going to be part flying, but it is also part water, so it's going to take a lot of damage from the Frenzy Plant still. Crunch going through, not doing very much here. And let's see if we're going to be able to get this through. I think they were... yeah, aggressively shielding up that Gyarados, which made me to believe that they did not want this Venusaur to get past it. So what do they have? Like, what's their third Pokemon here? A Snorlax. Okay, well, Sure. You have no shields. I have 2 shields. I'm going to be switching immediately into my Alolan Muck when they switch back, because we want that Poliwrath to be lined up with the Snorlax, right? So we're going to be going for Dark Pulse because Poison type's not very effective against ground. And Dark Pulse is so spammy and doing good damage too. Do I shield this up? We let it go through, knowing that Poliwrath can handle this to some degree. Oh, I tapped on the Dynamic Punch. Shielding this up, that would have hurt, so good call on that. And going for that. Man, this is going to be close. Well, yeah, that Snorlax can nuke us, right? Alright, what are they going to hit us with? What is it going to be? Outrage. Oh my goodness, that surprised me. I'm wondering... Yeah, it didn't do that much damage. And we're able to take them out with Poliwrath. Dang, Poliwrath is tanky. Alright, so moving on to the next one here. And we have a Registeel lead. This is great for us. And they're making a switch into Togekiss. We're going to get off an Ice Punch. Probably could have saved that energy. Probably could have done that. And we're going to make a switch into our Muck. Now, we got to learn from our mistakes, guys. And what do? Do it again. Go right in with the Muck again. I didn't learn a dang thing now, did I? Oh, boy. Yeah, man. And wasted energy there. Okay, so... Alright. So the potentially Registeel, Togekiss, and Giratina. So yet again, I made that mistake. They're bringing in their Registeel. So we're going to shield it up. Go in here with Poliwrath. And farm a little bit more. Go for that Dynamic Punch. Let's see if they decide to shield this up. They do. We're almost to another one here. We have no more shields left. What is it going to be? We're getting a little bit more energy than needed here. And yeah, it's not going to KO. We're going for a Desperation Ice Punch. One last grip on that Registeel. And they're able to get to us. So we're going to be able to farm down with our Venusaur. And let's see if we can pull this off. So we immediately go for Sludge Bomb. Oh, it's a Lucario. Are you kidding me? Look how much of a difference. Watch. Sludge Bomb compared to this. Look at that. Insane. They're both resisted. So, ow. I could have... That Lucario would have been out of here by now. But, oops. They go for a Power-Up Punch. What? That was so surprising to me. Alright, so we're going to be going for this. We know it's a Togekiss. And we're able to take the win. Wow. So, we made a mistake. But we're able to bounce back after that. Even blindly throwing a Sludge Bomb at a Lucario. So we're starting off with for Alligator. Switching it up. And Scrafty's on the team. Good old Scrafty's back, folks. He's not equipped as my best buddy for this battle, though. So no best buddy boost. And yes, it is my best buddy. So we make a switch into Venusaur. And now they're going to be going into that Alolan Muck here. And, you know... Frenzy Plant is Frenzy Plant for a reason. And Venusaur is Venusaur for a reason. Look at this. So it's like, wow. Not very effective? What does that mean? What? We're still going to be, tearing through it. So we probably want to go in here with Scrafty and just farm. Just like that. Alright, and this is for Giratinas. If we see a Charm User, it's game over. For Scrafty, we have to retreat immediately. So they're bringing in a Swampert here. And we're just gonna... We went for a Power Punch. We're gonna be going for the Foul Play now. And it gets through. I was trying to switch, but it didn't switch. I wanted to absorb that, but I'm forced to use a shield because the switch mechanic is so horrible. So we take it out. In comes a Venusaur. We're going for Crunch because, well, Hydro Cannon. I mean, I think Hydro Cannon... I don't know. Anyways, we're still just going to chip away with Fire or Ice Fang, Fire Fang. That would have been some Fire Fang on for Alligator. Look out, folks. Yeah, we're just going to go in there and finish it off with Scrafty. Looking good. All right, so what do we have? We have a Poliwrath up against a Napoleon. They need to get out of here immediately, and they're switching into a Snorlax, so I'm just going to stay in this fight because I have a Venusaur in the back that can handle the Empoleon, so yep, no need in switching here. So they hit us with a Body Slam, not very much damage. Gonna go for a bait here, see if we can get a shield out of them. And perfect, we do. Looking good. So at this point, I think I'll let this go through. We're at such an advantage. Knowing that was going to be a body slam, we're going to go for the dynamic punch, just trying to get it out of here. And we get it through. They still have a shield, and we have 2 shields left. Let's see what they go in here. It's with a Giratina. We're going to get off one last ice punch. Let's see if we can get that through. We do. They weren't able to farm us too much, and we have the Muck. Now, this is exactly what I have it for, going up against Giratinas. Alrighty, trainers, so this video has come to an end. So if you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up. And I'll be catching you all in my next video. And of course, I'll be winning this one here. They just back out. Thanks for watching and take care.
The first reports of the virus are believed to have been in State College. The virus has since spread throughout the state of Pennsylvania. It is believed that it will spread to adjacent states within the next 12 hours. Some of the affected persons are turning into zombie-like creatures. Creatures.